Hey guys, welcome back. And in today's video, we will learn about the position property in CSS. Let's get it. What is the position property in CSS? The position property in CSS determines how a HTML element is positioned on a website. It is used to format the layout of any element and how it behaves. To get us started, I will just write a website that closely resembles an article. A bunch of paragraph property at the beginning, then two div elements, and finally a bunch of concluding paragraph property. In my CSS file, I will set the width and the height of div 1 to be 400 pixels long, and I will color the entire thing blue. Then for div 2, I will set the width and the height to only 100 pixels long, and I will color it red. So in our website, we should see paragraph lines, square divs, and more paragraph lines at the end. To write a position element, first select the element you want to position. Then, write position followed by a colon. And finally, write the position type you want. I have written relative for this example. In CSS, the default property is the static property. It is the normal property and doesn't allow anything fun to happen to an element, like moving and setting its location. So if an element is static, it is as if they have no modifications to begin with. They just follow the normal format. The next position type is the relative position. This position allows us to move our element and set the location of it by using one relative point of reference. So we can use the top and the left property to change an element's location. If we set the top property to 100px and the left property to 100px, we will see that our location changed. And one thing to note is that it is perfectly okay if your element ends up on top of another element while using the relative property. The next property we have is the absolute property. It is like a ghost property because it leaves no space for the element as if it doesn't even exist. The element just hovers. Similar to the relative property, we can also change the location of our element when it is using the absolute property. The next property we have is the fixed property. It fixes something to a screen, so it must stay in the same spot. We can set a location using the top, bottom, left, and right property, and our fixed element would be forced to stay in the location of the screen. The final property we have for this video is the sticky property. The sticky property is like the fixed property, but it waits for us to scroll away to get fixed to a location. One thing we must keep in mind is that nothing would happen if we just set the position to sticky. We must also tell it where to stop after we stop. Here, we can use our location properties to tell the sticky element where to stop. For example, if we set the top property to 100 pixels, the sticky element would be fixed 100px away from the top once we scroll away. These are all the main position types in CSS. That's it for today's video. Like and subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.